Superior, man. It's behind the clippers. We coming at you with another episode. I'm on a mission, reminiscing. Wanna talk to the hottest barbers in the business.
What's up? You're watching Mr. Superior Behind the Clippers, and I'm right here with the Chicago's famous braider, EsthersBraids. So, how'd you get started? What motivated you to start braiding?
To be honest, I just always loved art. Art has always been a big thing in my life, and hair have always been a very big thing in my life since I was a kid. So I wanted to incorporate both together. And everywhere I go, I see patterns. I see everything that I could incorporate into my braids, and that's pretty much where I got all my styles from, where I get my inspirations from. There's other braiders, that post their pictures and stuff, and we all get a little bit of content from each other, so that's a real big thing. I started actually, my first barbershop was back on 63rd in St. Louis. That was where I started everything. I learned from braids to cutting hair to waxing to piercings and everything. So that's where I pretty much started.
That's dope. That's dope. And you got a dope shop over here. I love the shop. How'd you end up opening up your shop over here?
I actually was looking around for a while, and then I found this spot. And when I saw it, I was like, yeah, this is the spot. I felt like I could see the vision that I wanted to create in this location. And it's not too far from where I'm originally staying, so I think that was like one of my biggest reasons why I stayed in Cicero, and because it's where I was raised. So I felt like I needed to bring it back home instead of being in Chicago areas where I was originally was. So that's definitely one of the biggest.
Got to stay local,
Yeah,
hometown.
I feel like local is the best, instead of moving around. I used to jump around a lot back then, but I figured that staying in one spot had been my official where I have to like stay home, and just continue to do all my locals. I'm right close to the 55 and the 290, so it's like right in between. So I think that was like the best choice for me.
So COVID has affected a lot of us in the barbershops and all that. How did the COVID affect you during that time?
It was pretty rough. And then we lost a lot of kids, a lot of people that we cared about. One of my biggest supporters that when I first opened the shop, he's actually right down the street in his business. It's called El Campeón. He sells pina coladas. You should try it. He passed away due to COVID, and he was one of my biggest supporters. Watching that man every day, the age he was, made me feel even more like, damn, I gotta keep pushing. If he can do it, I can do it too.
Were you a little nervous opening back up after COVID when everybody came back in?
Yes, I was. Only because a lot of people don't like following rules. A lot of people don't like the new what's going on until it hits home for them. That's when they wanna listen and stay home and do, but it's like, I think us as barbers and stylists, I feel like we already in school learn the protocol of how to take care of these diseases, and and we're prepared for this. Just like the hospital is prepared, we are prepared too. And I think that we shouldn't have got closed because we're prepared to handle these situations.
There's worse. There's a lot of worse things out there that we prevent in the barbershop that we went to school for. So, yeah. What are some of the products that you use?
All my products are Style Factor. I am sponsored through Style Factor. As you can see, I had to wear the hat, represent. I do stand behind his products, and I use all the fitting foam, the setting spray, pretty much all the pomades I use. That's my go-to.
Was there anybody that influenced you to get where you're at today, or is there anybody that you want to shout out that helped you out along your journey?
Yes. When I was 12 years old, working at a barbershop, it was called Vianney's Barbershop back then. Now it's industrial, but I want to thank her because that lady treated me like family. She pushed me to not give up. She showed me literally everything and how to pick up waxing, from waxing to facials, from facials to perms, from perms to everything. And that I am grateful for that. That lady is just a blessing in my life, and I still love her. Thank you, Vianney. You know, she has a pet grooming spot now in Pilsen, and she's doing very, very good for herself. I'm so proud of her. And also, I want to thank my team for always supporting me. I got a good partner too, Hector, which is over there. um, Pretty much it.
That's dope. We all need somebody. We all need somebody to look up to in this game and in this industry. So I know you. I know you did a lot of work on celebrities, and you braided a lot of celebrities and athletes. Who are some of the people that you done work on?
I've actually worked with Brandon Paul. He used to play with the Spurs. I've done Denzel, Valentine, Kendall from the Bears, a few weight trainers like that are really big names. I've done a few boxers, so a little bit of everything. Got my feet wet with a little bit of everything.
What celebrity that gets braids? What celebrity would you say you would like to fix up their hair, or maybe they got a wax style that they could get some work on?
Davies. Please come to me.
Has the braiding trend and styles has it changed from when you first started doing braids?
Yes, drastically. Back then, hairstyles were a little bit thinner and in the braids, very simple. So once it got to a little bit more years down the line, the braids started getting thicker and more with a lot more with design. So I think that the braid game has changed drastically throughout the years. It's not the same anymore as back then. Everything changes, and you gotta get with the time. Every time a new style comes out, somebody wants it, and you just gotta keep going.
Right. Do you feel like people got braided more back in the day, or they get braided more now, or is it about the same?
To be honest, I feel like it's never changed for me. I feel I feel that I've always been really busy. I've never really seen a change. Only when COVID hit, but other than that, no, I've never really seen a big change on that. It's been consistent flow for me. It's always been very consistent.
You guys cut hair here. You didn't work on celebrities. Did you always know you were gonna come this far when you first started off your career?
To be honest, a little bit and a little bit no, because I thought at one point I was gonna quit back then, but I just kept going. It's something that I really love, and I couldn't leave it. No matter what I did, I couldn't leave the hair. Hair has just always been my passion, and I found a team that feels the exact same way, and I feel that's why we make a good team, a good family, and I just feel so proud of each and every one of them. They all put in their work, and it just makes me proud. You know, it's just I see them grow, and I know they're gonna grow even stronger. And everybody in this game is just, you gotta keep going. You know, you gotta keep putting your name out there, let people know who you are and what you do. That's it.
Thank you everybody for tuning in and watching Mr. Superior Behind the Clippers. A big thank you to EsthersBraids right here for letting us come out to her shop and being a part of this. Shout out to Mob Dub, the record label, for coming out and recording this and getting in tune with us. We got some big moves on the way. Mr. Superior Behind the Clippers, new episode dropping this Saturday.
Yo, what's up, y'all? This is Juno Lost Cause, and you're watching Mr. Superior Behind the Clippers. Gang.
This is EsthersBraids. You're tuning in to Mr. Superior Behind the Clippers.